Hello. How's everyone doing? You well? I just finished my tea, and I was just over on my other page and talking about talking. All right, let's talking about religion and spirituality and blah blah blah, things like this. Ego, respect, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, right? Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. It shouldn't be blah 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 at all, but it is blah 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 for now. Okay, just for now. Maybe later it'll be more important. We just came on here for me today, not exactly for any of you. I mean to have that conversation about religion, spirituality, atheism, blah 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 for a long time and how it relates to people in general. And there's really only one reason why I started thinking of all these things. Hold on, y'all, let me turn on the light. Like I said, there's really only one reason why I've been thinking about all these things, and it is because of my Dinacharya practice. Okay? Oh, yes, it is. Definitely is. It was funny because I gotta go over my old lives, but I got an email um, from one of the sites that I'm subscribed to about Ayurveda. And I haven't heard anything from them in a while. And even if I did hear, I didn't pay attention. But this time I looked at the email because it was talking about Dinacharya. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need so much help with my Dinacharya practice. Why is it that I'm not sticking to it or, doing exactly what I'm supposed to do? Why am I not consistent? For one, I was being too rigid with it. All right? Way too rigid. It's not something that I have to deal with like a test, It's something more along the lines of what I can do, what it is. So I want to share some things with you. Dinacharya, all of these charyas come from swastha vritta, which means established in self. Okay, so your daily routine, your evening routine, your seasonal routines come from a process to be established in yourself. And there were certain questions that, this article wanted you to ask of yourself before you institute a proper Dinacharya practice. And these questions are awesome because I haven't asked them before when it came to Dinacharya. I came from a stricter background where it was like, do this and that's it, not question it to fit you. There's a lot of changes in yoga nowadays, even with society and things, so you got to keep up sometimes. So here are the questions. Do I awaken at the same time each day? No, I don't. Do I eat my meals at a consistent time daily or on the go? I'm more on the go. What activities do I participate in the most each day? That varies. Do I tune into my physical and emotional landscape before eating? At times, yes. Do I make time to reconnect with myself, friends, family, and loved ones? The answer for that is not as much as I need to, especially when it came to family and friends. Right? decided to be very honest with myself when it came to these answers. Okay. And what it did was it freed my mind to allow me to make certain decisions and do certain things with my routine. It made me a little bit more free as opposed to being secure, right? Now, my old practice, my old routine started with I wake up in the morning and I drink water. That didn't work. Then I clean my face, clean my teeth, meditate, pranayama, yoga asana light, abhyanga, take a shower, make my bed, eat my breakfast. Okay? This was a little bit too restrictive for me. All right? One thing I appreciated a lot about this article was that you don't have to wake up every day at a certain time. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. And I was like, really? I don't have to do none of these things? That makes my life so much easier. So what I did was I created a timetable for myself when I should wake up. Of course, it's going to be different times on different days, but it usually has me waking up an hour before sunrise. Okay. And it's having me to wake up in a time that's beneficial for me. So if I have to go work or do something, I know I'm going to wake up at a time where it's like I can wake up. It's not too early. I'm not fussing. And I'm not like, fuck you, I'm going to go back to sleep. Okay? So the second thing is gentle stretching and pranayama. That's number 2. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't drink water yet? No, I don't drink water yet. Okay? I don't drink water yet. No, it's okay. You don't got to drink water yet. I'm actually going to add a 2A. Okay? I'll tell you what that is in a second. Because we're getting older, y'all. So we got to include this. Okay? The gentle stretching and the pranayama are basically joint freeing exercises, the warm-ups that I do that I can do in my bed. You know, wiggling my toes, pointing, flexing my feet, doing ankle circles, knee circles, hip movements, you know, stretch in the morning, you know, do a little basic stretches like that. Sit up on your bed, maybe do 3 rounds of something simple like Dirga Swasam. For you, the average person, you could just take long, slow, deep breaths 3 times, and that should be enough, right? 2A, go to the bathroom. Because as you get older, or sometimes even as you're younger, wake up and the first thing you want to do is go to the bathroom, right? So I just put a step in between that. I open up my eyes, thank the Lord. You got to put that in there. You know, 1A, thank the Lord, you awake. Gentle stretching, pranayama, go to the bathroom, use the bathroom. Okay? Then it gets to number 3, drink H2O. Now, this Ayurveda school said you can drink lemon H2O, right? Add lemon to your water. It's good, sounds good. I don't got lemon, so I'm just drinking water. And the thing is, there's certain times where I don't drink water still. You know, if it's a certain day, okay, I can drink some water. Other days, I go with what's there. And sometimes it's juice, it ain't water, right? But that's something that I have to fix. That's something I have to deal with. So that is gonna, you know, get with me soon. I'm gonna be okay with that real soon. After that, then it's your cleanliness practice. Clean your face, clean your teeth. That's awesome. After that, you can do your yoga practice or exercise or whatever floats your boat. Okay? You don't have to do yoga. If you like to dance and that's how you get your exercise on, then you dance. You want a regular exercise, you do that. You want to get your yoga on, you do that. All right? You get your pranayama, your meditation, your asana, all that good stuff in there. All right? Then you do your abhyanga. Rub yourself down with oils from your head to your feet. Circle of motion certain places. Start on the left arm, start on the left leg, then you move over to the right. All right? Now, according to this, I should soak in castor oil for 10 to 15 minutes before I shower. Listen, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. If I got to go to work, I got to do something, ain't nobody got 10, 15 minutes to be sitting there waiting with castor oil, all right? If it takes 3 minutes for me to put it on from head to toe, I might give it an extra 2 minutes just for the foot to soak in like the head soaked in, okay? And I got to get in the shower and do what I do. Then number 7 is enjoy your day. All right? No making up the bed, none of that shit. However, making the bed, eating your breakfast, drinking your tea or whatever, that all goes under enjoy your day, right? So I'm going to actually put that there. 7A, make bed. 7B, breakfast, drink tea. And or drink tea. And don't destroy yourself if you realize you ain't eat no breakfast because you ain't have time or none of that, you know. If you just do it on the go, that's now under enjoy your day, because nobody needs to be stressed out over that type shit, for real. For real. Okay? You don't need to be stressed out over these things that you do at all. Okay? Hold on, y'all. What? This is so weird. I don't have time to look at that and worry about that, child boo. It's making me forget things. Oh my gosh, Andre Braher, what did he pass of? I know y'all ain't listening. Okay. I don't mind being with nobody in here. Oh, he had lung cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that. Blessings to him. Okay. Anywho, back to what I was saying. So I put that there with enjoy your day. Okay? This is 2 pages long of what I did, child. So I'm doing this for up to 30 days. Then I can add the evening routine. Then I can do the seasonal routine. And then I can start my sugar detox. Remember, I'm not giving up on my sugar detox. I just want to make sure that I can do something consecutively for a number amount of days and have that consistency so that I succeed when I do this sugar detox, okay? One of the ways that I am getting my yoga practice and or exercise in is not exactly by doing yoga poses. Before I started my Dinacharya, or, in the process of starting my Dinacharya, I told you guys that I started going through the yamas and niyamas and the Yoga Sutras, which was similar to the 10 Commandments. And I was going through different things to do for a week, right? I did ahimsa for a week. I did, ahimsa is nonviolence, y'all. I did satya for a week, which is truthfulness. But then I didn't do anything for a long time. And I was like, this is not good. I need to get back on it. What's wrong with me? But when I opened up this Yoga Sutras book again, I, for some weird reason, jumped straight to a Aparigraha. Okay? I skipped Asteya and I skipped Brahmacharya. All right? Well, technically, I didn't skip Brahmacharya. You get your period. You can't, you got to be celibate. Well, I'm celibate. Okay? I'm celibate. So while I get the period. So, hey. Well, let me put this in the chat what these things mean, okay? The yamas are things you should do less of. Okay? You should hold yourself back from doing these things. Ahimsa is nonviolence. So you should be less violent. Okay? Satya is truthfulness. So you should be more truthful and don't lie. Okay? Asteya equals non-stealing. Completely skipped over that one for some weird reason, but I figured, what do I steal from? And at the same time, everybody steals. So there's actually a reason why subconsciously I put this to the side, because it's like, what's the thin line between stealing and sharing? Okay? Yeah. And then there's Brahmacharya. And let me make sure I spell it correctly because it's important to spell it right. It's important to spell it correct, okay, y'all? I need it to spell correct. I'm dropping this one here. I'm dropping this. This has got, I'm dropping this one, okay? That one is going to get dropped. And, I'm going to show you some other things in the meantime, in between time. There we go. I just want to make sure I'm spelling Brahmacharya correctly. Brahmacharya. Yep, I'm spelling it right, y'all. Yay! Which is supposed to be chastity in one's feelings and actions. Okay? That's what that is supposed to mean. But, we like to compartmentalize things. So Brahmacharya, we call it abstinence, right? And mostly sex. But it shouldn't be sex at all. Okay? Maybe that's another reason why that's going to be saved for last too, because like I said, when I get my period, I can't have sex no way, so it doesn't matter. But what I am actually working on right now is Aparigraha, non-greed. Okay, that's the big one. That's the one I decided to work on. That's the one my subconscious decided to take on for a whole week. And not for nothing, I'm kind of happy that happened like that. I'm very happy with that. Where's my phone? You hear your phone and you like, where the phone? Where is the phone, child? Where did your phone go, girl? Huh? What that phone do? Where that phone go? Hold on, y'all. Oh, there go the phone. Okay, when I say hold the phone, I couldn't find the damn phone. Where's the phone? Here is the phone. Okay, wonderful. So now, like I said, Aparigraha seems like everything right now. And I couldn't figure out, what's the word about Aparigraha? Like, what am I doing? What? Like, what? What? Shut up. So I got to reading because even though I picked it, I still went through it and read it. And, there's a reason for everything. When you align yourself to something, trust me, the Most High is going to put you on that path for real, okay? Now let me get to Aparigraha. I'm going to go through it with the Yoga Sutras first. I'm actually going to read his commentary as well. And I'll explain why this is so crazy for me. Aparigraha shtraye jammakatama sambuddha. I ain't say it that great, but that was Sanskrit. When non-greed is confirmed, a thorough illumination of how and why one's birth comes. I know you're like, what? Huh? Huh? Let me repeat. When non-greed is confirmed, a thorough illumination of how and why of one's birth comes. Like, the fuck does that mean, Shri? Yeah, I said the same thing when I first heard it. I was like, what that mean? Where'd that come from? What that is? Anyway. So let's read the commentary, shall we? Aparigraha is abstention from greed or hoarding, which is a form of stealing or not receiving gifts. Word? Wow. And when you think of it, non-stealing and non-greed seem like the same, but they're not. There's much more to it, but hold on. Oh shit. I have been going through Asteya in a way. I have been going through Asteya. But at the same time, I read Asteya, but at the same time, I'm really going through Aparigraha. Damn. Asteya led me to Aparigraha. Ain't this a bitch? I just realized that shit. I was going through Asteya, but it led me to Aparigraha. I'll explain. Let me go to Asteya first before I go to Aparigraha. Now with Asteya prashinayam sarvatin ratnopastinam. Let me do that again. Asteya prachitayam sarva ratnopashtanam. To one established in non-stealing, all wealth comes. Okay? That's what that meant. If you want to become the world's richest people, this is a very simple way. There's no need to get into the stock market or even to go to work. Just practice non-stealing. All of us are thieves. Knowingly and unknowingly, we steal things from nature. With every minute, with every breath, we pick nature's pocket. Whose air do we breathe? It is nature's. That doesn't mean we should stop breathing and die. Instead, we should receive each breath with reverence and use it to serve others. Then we are not stealing. If we accept it and don't give anything in return, we are thieves. We steal because of greed. See those two? We want to do little and get a lot. Many people go to the office and just sit around, use the phone to make their own appointments all day, take free supplies from the supply room, and accept their paycheck at the end of the week. Aren't they stealing that money? Do we not also steal other people's ideas? Or are we sharing each other's ideas? Because remember, there's nothing new under the sun, right? If we are completely free from stealing and greed, contented with what we have, and if we keep serene minds, all wealth comes to us. If we do not run after it, before long it runs after us. If nature knows we aren't greedy, she gains confidence in us, knowing we will never hold her for ourselves. Now, this is the part that got me connected to Aparigraha. But normally, when we get something, we tend to lock it away and put the keys in a safe place. We tend to imprison our possessions, whether money, property, or even people. The moment we imprison money, for example, it feels, what is this? I want free movement. They have made me round so I could roll, but here I am locked up. Oh, I've come to the wrong person. The moment I get the chance, I'll roll away. Okay? We're going to go further down. We're going to skip this stuff, and we're going to go further down to exactly what my issue is. Another way of stealing things is by not letting others use them. That got to me, y'all. That got to me. I'll tell you another one that got to me. Everything is based on fear, pride, competition. That got to me. I remember reading this to y'all before. I do remember. Okay? By all this, we see richness has nothing to do with monetary wealth. The richest person is the one with a cool mind, free of tension and anxiety. Changing all these world situations is not in our hands. We are not going to stop all these things. But what is in our hands is the ability to find joy and peace here and now. If we live in the present, even though the whole world might blow up in a minute, it won't bother us. We can be happy in situations of tension. If we have decided to be happy, nobody can make us unhappy. Anything might happen. An earthquake might decimate the entire world, but we need not bother about the future. Don't we worry about the past. It is already gone. To be happy this minute is in our hands. A carefree life is possible only with a well-controlled mind, one that is free of anxieties, one without personal desires or possessions. So, another way of stealing things is by not letting others use them. How does that relate to me? I have gifts. I have knowledge that I can share. I have wisdom to share. I don't want to share it. I want to lock it away. I don't want to share it with none of you. I don't even want to share it with myself. Right? I kept it in to the point where I didn't do no yoga. I didn't want to do exercise. I didn't want to do any of it. In a sense, that is stealing. In a sense, that is hoarding. Because I'm not allowing you or me to use these tools that I have to help me and help you, maybe. You know? I realized that I hoarded my gifts. I hoarded my talents. I hoarded certain aspects of me from you, right? From you. For many different reasons. Had to come in terms of that too. So all this week that I've been dealing with asteya, non-stealing, I've also been connected to this hoarding or not being greedy. Because stealing, like I said in my live earlier, stealing doesn't always have to do with greed, okay? When you have certain things, Yes, stealing is a part of greed. But what happened to the child who grew up poor? Their parents wasn't able to bring any food or enough food or whatever, you know? Or better yet, you as a child, you get fed, but you see that your parent doesn't eat because they're doing everything to make sure you survive, you know? You don't have any money. You're just a kid. You just want to get some food for your mom or your dad. But you're poor and they don't have enough money for that. So you steal because all you want is for them to eat like you do. You want to make a sacrifice for them like they did for you. That's not greed at all, right? It's not. It's different. It's not greed at all. And at the end of the day, it becomes who is greedy here? Who is stealing here? The little child that has to steal them because they want to see their parents get fed, or the person who is making it harder for that mother and that father to be able to eat or have enough to feed themselves and their family. Is it the parents' fault? Are they stealing? Are they greedy? Where does it end? Where does it go? You know? So I had to focus on the stealing as far as hoarding is concerned. Because if I hoard something that's valuable, not only to me, but to you, it's not being used. That is stealing, right? Because I'm not allowing it to be used. I'm trying to control this thing. And technically, you can't control fate, can't control what the Most High put in front for you. So now let's continue to read Aparigraha, okay? Expectation, this is my note. This is not the commentary. Expectation is a type of greed, since you expect everyone else to follow suit. Because you're stealing autonomy, the freedom of choice. Ain't this a bitch? I should have mentioned that. I should have mentioned that in my other live. But let's go. Aparigraha is abstention from greed or hoarding, which is a form of stealing or not receiving gifts. Many times we get gifts that are merely an advance for a future obligation. One day someone comes to us with a gift, and the next day he or she telephones to say, "Remember that gift I gave you? Well, could you please do a little something for me?" We feel obliged to do that then. Even the IRS won't accept business gifts as being tax deductible because they aren't a real donation. They're only given to get something in return. A donation means something given just for the sake of giving, not for name, money, or publicity. Accepting gifts binds us and makes us lose our neutrality. The mind will say, "You received a gift from him. How can you say something against him?" On the other hand, if we are strong enough to remain free of obligation, we can accept gifts. Feel, "I'm giving her an opportunity to use her money in the right way, but I'm not obligated by this gift. She shouldn't come to me tomorrow for an obligation." Then we are not bound. When the mind becomes this calm and clear by being free of desires and obligations, we gain the capacity to see how our desires caused our present birth, which is the root cause of all of our samskaras, also dealing with karma and past lives. We directly see the cause and effect relationship because we are detached from it. We are no longer bound up with it. Okay? Now I'm going to keep that sentence in mind because when I decided to look up a Aparigraha more as opposed to Asteya, I came into a little conundrum that I had to, figure out for myself. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay? That was it. Short, sweet, boom. Always leaves you to think something, right? So the last sentence mentions the word detached. All right? We directly see the cause and effect relationship because we are detached from it. We are no longer bound up with it. What is the it? The it is our desires and obligations and all of that, right? That allows you to keep your neutrality. What gifts makes us lose our neutrality if it's not money? Huh? The gift of a compliment. You know, Shri, you're so smart, and I think you're so amazing, and I think you're just the most wonderful person in the world. That would make me lose my neutrality, because somebody's saying that to me, and then they be like, well, that motherfucker over there, they don't like you. They think that you dumb and you stupid and blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I'm not going to be very neutral after that, am I? No. It's not going to exist. Me being neutral after that? No. Okay? But I accepted that gift of the compliment. And subconsciously, yeah, I'm going to be more obligated to lean towards you than them because I know you gave me the compliment and they did not. Now, if I notice the cause and effect relationship, which is, oh, well, I see that, you gave me this compliment and then, you telling me about this person and how evil they are and they treat me. And I see the cause and effect behind that, and that's the cause and effect. I remain neutral. Okay? I'm like, oh, I just peeped that you gave me a compliment and now you're telling me about X, Y, and Z. I think I'm going to remain neutral and see what happens over there. Okay? I'm not going to accept the obligation to that gift. Even if I accept the gift, I'm not going to accept the obligation that comes with that gift. All right? All right? All right. So, and like I said, my issue was with hoarding, right? I was holding back from sharing my gifts with people because one, I felt like people didn't give a fuck. And two, I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And three, I can realize now that it was a punishment. Oh, like since you don't give a fuck about me, I don't give a fuck about you. So let me do this, which will never hurt you. It only hurts me because I'm holding myself back from being who I am. All right. When I first came on YouTube 4 years ago, I used to give lessons and be like, I'm not here to teach you shit. I'm really not. I could drop the gems and leave them right there. I'm at that place. I don't need to be obligated to hear, you're my teacher, you're a great teacher, you're this, no. I don't need that. I'll accept the compliment, but I don't need to be obligated to that because I'm not your teacher. I don't need to establish that type of, you know what I'm saying, exchange. I ain't ready for that exchange. I ain't ready to take the compliment. So it's crazy because when I decided to look up Aparigraha more, I came across some articles that had me like, what are y'all talking about? What is this? This don't make no sense to me, right? I'll show you one of them because, that's what I like to do. And I guarantee y'all that this live right here that I'm doing is really more for me than it is for you. Okay. Now, where is that thing? Here it is. Child, I was so upset with life when I saw this. I had to understand it. Okay. I was like, I don't understand none of this. What is this caca mess? This is garbage. So, Aparigraha, practicing non-attachment. Now I know y'all don't understand why I feel a way about this. Y'all are like, what the fuck is the issue? Didn't you say? Uh, hmm. Me being on the level of yoga that I am, as soon as I saw practicing non-attachment, I was like, wait a minute. Aparigraha and non-attachment aren't the same. The fuck are they talking about? That's a totally different Sanskrit word. What? Aparigraha is non-greed. What? What do they mean by non-attachment? And the way that I learned, so let me put this up here, Vairagya. Vairagya literally means non-attachment. Okay? Literally means non-attachment. And in order for you to have Vairagya, you need to have Viveka and discernment and discrimination. Discriminative discernment. All right? Which is Viveka and another one that I always forget, which I should never forget, okay? But what I should really do is go to book 112 through on and get to it, okay? All right? These are all other little things that, I'm going to blow your mind if you don't know what the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, what? Huh? Child. But I'm going to read Book 1, Sutra 15 for you, okay, real quick. The consciousness of self-mastery in one who is free from craving for objects seen or heard about is non-attachment, okay? Vairagya, that non-attachment. So craving, what you're craving, that means a desire or an attachment for objects seen or heard about. Okay? Seen or heard about, what does that have to deal with? Faith, belief. Okay? Heard about is faith and belief. It's not there concrete in your face. All right? You can't touch it, you can't see it, you can't smell it, none of that. But you do know that it's there, like air, right? You can't see air, you can't smell air. Sometimes you can see air depending on what else is in there, right? But technically you can't see the air. You know what I'm saying? You can hear the wind blowing, but you can't hear regular air, right? But you know it's there. So that's what they mean by that, okay? Vairagya, non-attachment, literally means colorless. V without and raga is color. Okay? So I was like, well, what they talking about? We got a whole jimma jamma right here about non-attachment. So why is this article telling me about Aparigraha is practicing non-attachment? That's caca. Okay? To me, that was immediately caca. I'm going to read, and that was the lower version of non-attachment. That was the base version of non-attachment. Book 1, Sutra 16. When there is non-thirst, even for the gunas, constituents of nature, due to the realization of the true self, that is supreme non-attachment. So let me explain it this way, what non-attachment, there's 2 levels of non-attachment. Okay? There's the basic human level of non-attachment, which is you are tempted, but you still say no, right? That's the basic Joan, okay, of non-attachment. But then there is the Jesus version, and I'm going to call it the Jesus version of non-attachment. The very craving itself does not arrive to you. And the reason why I call that the Jesus version is because according to Jesus in the Bible, even if you think of the sin, you are sinning, my friend. Okay? That's one thing that Jesus said in the Bible. Even if you think the sin, you are sinning. You shouldn't even think about the damn sin. Okay? You shouldn't think about it at all. But we think about the sins every day, all day. So we have that one version of non-attachment, Vairagya, where it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We thinking about it, And we know it's wrong, so we not to do it. Okay? Yeah. We got that one down. Hold on, y'all. There you go. Tron almost had my Wi-Fi. But that's one level, right? We know it's wrong. We not gonna do it. We're thinking about it. And then there's the Jesus and the Swami version. See, why this thing don't want me to tell y'all about the Jesus and the Swami version? That sucks balls. Okay? That sucks all the balls. But I'm going to keep talking regardless because it ain't like it's anybody in here. So, like I was saying, we got the Jesus level of it. Don't even think about it at all. We know which one is the toughest to do. Don't think about it at all. That is the toughest, right? It stays the toughest. So a lot of us will sit with, we're going to practice Vairagya on the base level. And if we make it to the supreme and ultimate, then God bless us, okay? God bless us all, everyone. But I'm going to go through this and further anger myself because, I'm not angry with it anymore. I'm not, because I found better articles, other articles that explain certain things, which we will go through. Okay, and it doesn't really translate to non-attachment. Fuck it, I'm just going to say it. I'm not even going to wait. Aparigraha does not translate to non-attachment. It really translates to non-possessiveness. Okay? And what you want to do in this situation is detach. Now, what I have to explain to you guys is that detachment is not the same as non-attachment. Okay? So Aparigraha is about detachment, but Vairagya is about full non-attachment, and they're very different. Okay? Sometimes in order for you not to be greedy, you have to let something go. You have to detach from that thing. Like clothes. I like to hoard clothes. I got all the clothes. My house is filled with clothes. Why? I don't even wear half of them, but I need these clothes. So what I need to do to, get myself out of that is to give away the clothes. I got to detach myself from the clothes. But practicing non-attachment is a totally different thing, because non-attachment, or better yet, with non-attachment, you wouldn't even want them clothes. You would understand the emotional value behind collecting those clothes and behind hoarding, and you would detach yourself from the emotional aspect of it. You would non-attach, not because you can't detach from a samskara, just like you can't destroy your ego. Detaching yourself from a samskara is crazy, and I can get to samskaras one day. You have to practice non-attachment to it. The samskara might be there, but what you're not attaching to is the emotions that bind you to that trauma, that stop you from being free, whether it's freedom through forgiveness, accountability, whatever it is, honesty, all of it. Okay? So let me zoom this in just a smidgen. Okay? And the only reason why I kept this, so the word graha means to take, seize, or grab. Pari means on all sides. So like it says, the best thing is non-possessiveness, okay? Because the way to get over a parigraha would be to detach, not exactly non-attachment, okay? Now, if you know you have something to do and share with the world, this teaching from the Bhagavad Gita tells us how to do it, and to do it with all our hearts, and to let go of what might come of it. All right? That was basically the problem that I have. I have something to do and I can share it with the world. I didn't want to do it with my heart. My heart wasn't there no more. And I was attaching to what might come of it. Not only what might come of it if I just teach like a freaking robot with no heart, but what comes of me not wanting to teach, why I didn't want to teach all those other things that I mentioned before. You know, that was where it was stealing. And this is where I'm hoarding based off of bitterness or whatever I feel. Okay. Now, Aparigraha on the yoga mat. If you develop the home practice, this goes with everything. The progress of our practice is encouraging, but it doesn't need to be the only reward. The sheer joy of practice is the greatest reward in itself, realizing how free it is not to have a specific goal we must achieve, but to simply move our bodies in a way that feels good. That should go for everything. It shouldn't just be to move your bodies in a way that feels good. Just to move in a way that feels good, not only for you, but for the universe, for God, or, all that good stuff, right? If we practice for the love of practicing without forcing or pushing ourselves beyond our edge, the body will unfold naturally, and those more challenging asanas will be accessible in no time. Take the word asanas out. Include mind, spirit, everything. If we practice for the love of practicing without forcing or pushing ourselves beyond our edge, we can unfold naturally, and those challenging moments in your life will be accessible in no time. Okay? That's what I want to say towards that. All right? Now we're going to go to Aparigraha at home. How many clothes? Let me put it like this. Boom, because now y'all can really see it, right? There we go. How many clothes do you have in your cupboard that you know you won't ever wear again, but they're still hanging in there just in case? How many gadgets, ornaments, books, and shoes do we have that we really just don't need? The more we hoard material possessions, the more we weigh ourselves down, not only physical, but energetic baggage. The more we become attached to and worry about losing these said possessions. That's one form of it, right? It's one form. One form. I realized I didn't have to deal so much with stealing. I had to deal with stealing from hoarding, right? Holding back, not freely giving. Okay? Believing that new object we buy will bring us happiness is based on a feeling of lack that all too often enters our minds. In this sense, lack is that sense of I'm not good enough or I'm not whole without that thing. When really we will always were and always will be good enough no matter what. Just gotta lighten the load. All right, and it's hard to lighten the load when you don't know what the load is. Okay? It's so hard to lighten the load when you have no clue what the load is. Okay? Talking about overeating, not being greedy, eating too much. Aparigraha in our minds. Hindsight is a wonderful and annoyingly useful thing. Becoming attached to a positive feeling or positive experience is completely human. Why wouldn't we want to feel happy for as long as we can? But when we experience positivity, do we really let ourselves fully have that experience, or do we cling to it, willing everything to stay just as it is in that moment? Some people believe that is the crux of addiction, right? Mentally, that's the crux of addiction. You want to keep this feeling that you got one time for the rest of your life. And you'll be willing to do that one thing that got you there, that one time, for the rest of your life, even if it is destroying every part of you. Because without it, the withdrawal symptoms are way more than you chasing the feeling of getting that again. You lost that love and feeling. Oh, that lovely feeling. You lost that lovely feeling, now it's gone. Oh, oh, oh. Anyway, I ain't singing right. Leave me alone. Now, this one here, this article here, let me get to this article right here. Because, a dummy like me forgot to share the screen. A dummy like me was like, what? Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, this article calls it non-attachment too. And it still pissed me off. But, now I'm getting to a better understanding of why they keep saying non-attachment and it ain't this shit. Okay. So now I like how they put a non-accumulation. Okay. Because that's really what it is. Aparigraha is freedom from greed, possessiveness, or covetousness. Okay? Graha means to reach for, seek, accept, or crave. Pari means from all sides, and is used for negation and means non. Okay? You see where it says A, which is used for negation and means non? That is important to know in Sanskrit because and this is just a sidebar, y'all, a lot of people do not understand that in Sanskrit, the A, and not just regular A don't mean too much, all right? Long A, hold on, let me see if I can find long A in the emojis. Hold on, let's see. Because it's so hard to, get it how it's supposed to be. Let's see if I can find it. Long A. And when I say long A and I find it, I'll show you what I mean. Trust. Not the A at the bottom, the one on the top, not the one on the bottom. Child, if I could only flip it. Smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. They even giving me gifts. I don't want no gift. I'll put this one and then show you what it really looks like. The long A. Where did that go? Where'd you go? Okay. That. This. Let's see if it pops up. You see that A with the line at the bottom? That line should be at the top. Okay? But a lot of times when you transliterate Sanskrit to English, that A at the top don't sit there. Okay? That's ah. That means it's a long ah. All right? It's ah. Not ah. Ah. Right? That is a totally different meaning from okay? And two different things. I'll give you a quick example, especially at the beginning of the word, okay? Especially at the beginning of the word. You hear me? You hearing me, sucker? Sorry. You hear me, sucker? My bad. Hold on. I'm trying to look for what I'm looking for. Anyway, Ayurveda does not mean non, but I'm sure you heard of the company called Aveda, right? Aveda. The reason why Aveda never got sold in India is because Veda means truth and means non. So basically, in India, that company means no, not true. Okay, get it? Got it? Good. Anyway, let's get back. So, let's get back to the back two. So, combining all three, the word aparigraha means not taking more than is needed, practicing non acceptance, including gifts, and non accumulation, all of which, when practiced together, can help in developing an attitude of detachment. Still different from non attachment, okay, in yoga, or non dependence, trust, and self reliance, all right? Totally different. Still different. Now, I know you're like, okay, non acceptance, including gifts. I think I explained that a little bit earlier, but when it comes to the Yoga Sutras and all of that, in order for them to talk to you in terms of purity, they go to the renunciate. Okay? A lot of these practices are for the renunciate. Okay? Someone who is willing to drop all their stuff and become a monk, aka a swami. All right? A lot of the ways that they sit in yoga is to promote brahmacharya, celibacy in men, so that they can be renunciates, swamis or monks, and renounce certain things. Okay? One of the things about being a swami is you are not supposed to accept gifts. All right? You're not supposed to accept no gift. But then people ask Gurudev, well, if you're not supposed to accept the gift, why do you accept gifts? You know what I'm saying? If I'm giving you some food to eat because you ain't eat forever, accept that shit. That's from the fucking universe. Okay? That's how the lay person looks at it. If I sent you a Cash App, Shri, that's a gift. I feel like you're doing a good job. Don't worry about what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? In that respect, a Swami can't accept the gift. Because if that is coming from a person's heart and they know that the intention is, I want to thank you for something that you did, you helped me, you came through in the clutch for me and you didn't even realize it. And I want to give you something to show my gratitude and my thanks. Or I see that you're in need. You didn't eat for 3 days and I want to, give you some food or whatever. That Swami will accept that and take that and be very grateful for it. What the Swami should not accept as a gift is a gift that needs a return, is a gift that has an obligation attached to it. That's the gifts that Swamis do not want to accept. Okay? They don't want that gift that there's a quid pro quo. There's a caveat to it. No. The Swami don't want that. They don't want none of that. Okay? That's why gifts from the universe is all right. All right? If the Swami is a renunciate and they a nomad, they walking down the street, they ain't eat for days, and then somebody just happened to give them some food, even if they can't eat the food, right? They're going to accept the gift. They'll accept that because that's the universe. Universe was like, look, you hungry, eat this damn food. However, the Swami is not going to accept your gift if you give the Swami a gift of food, because you know they ain't eat all day, but now they got to sit and listen to you and your problems for 5 hours. Nope, they don't want to accept that gift because they didn't ask for that. Okay? That's what that means. That's what that's about. Okay? You want to give something from the kindness of your heart? You do that. Please do it. And I think that's why I cry when people give me cash apps. Because it's like, I know this should be coming from your heart, and you didn't have to do this for me at all. Okay? So I accept gratefulness of Most High, God, universe, whatever you feel like calling it today. And that'll make me shed some tears because I'm truly grateful for it. Right? I'm not looking at the obligation. I performed the service, and here you are. Here's your service back to me, except in the form of the memberships, right? Because even a Swami understands that they need basic food and shelter and all of that, right? Traditionally, the Swami would be on the street. Lord, you're going to help me with this. But the Swami in America is slightly different, right? Slightly different. Trust me. Slightly different. You're like, well, how did Swami get a plane? Because a lot of people wanted to help that Swami out. And that Swami had enough for a plane. Had enough support for a plane, child. But then when does the ego kick in? When that Swami begins to use the gifts and the obligations that comes with such gifts in a selfish manner, in a way to benefit himself, in a way that accentuates his greed. Then he's asura. Then he's a demon. Okay? All right? Ain't nothing wrong with saying no. It's just how you say your no and what you're saying no to. And why are you saying no? What's the intention behind this no right here? You just jealous or you really looking out for a kid? You understand? I'm not going to go too deep into this one right here, even though it is kind of fresh to understand. The virtue of Aparigraha helps us learn to take only what is truly necessary and no more. But sometimes we take too much. Sometimes we don't even take enough. One should not try to keep or try to possess anything beyond the very necessities of life or that which is required immediately. That definitely goes to the renunciate, not the lay person, right? Because what you feel are your necessities of life differ between lay people, okay? Even a poor person, try not to possess anything beyond the very necessities of life. They ain't even got the necessities of life. So that part is really for the renunciate, not exactly for the lay person, for you. Okay? But here's the actualization. When the yogi no longer desires to have possessions, he frees himself from the material world. It's hard to no longer have the desire to have possessions. Because if you got a pot to piss in and a bed to sleep in, you want to keep that forever. Okay? That's just normal human shit. You pray to the Lord that you keep this crib and you keep this bed and you keep this toilet bowl for as long as you can. Okay? That's the lay person. And you don't have to be on Swami mode. You understand? So let's put this in the context of the lay person. Of course, there are certain necessities of life that you want to keep forever and ever and ever. But when it comes, or if it comes to that time where you have to release certain things, Don't be afraid to release it. Okay? You can cling, you can cling, but some things Most High really wants you to let go of, and we clinging like a motherfucker. Okay? That's basically where that comes from. This gives him a perspective on the purpose of his birth, both in this life and in past ones. He gains comprehension of the law of karma and understands what lessons remain to be learned before attaining realization. When Aparigraha is established, one gets the awareness of past life events. That, my friends, is called a siddhi, a power. Okay? That don't mean you could travel back in time, but that means you get a better awareness of past life events. Okay? Attachment and the anxiety that accompanies attachment are obstacles to knowledge. Freedom from attachment will result in knowledge of the whole course of our journey. Who was I? How was I? What is this? What shall it be? How shall it be? In this shape comes to him the knowledge of his own experience in the past, present, and future. He becomes independent and free. His mind becomes pure. Everything becomes quite clear to him. He gets a memory of past life also. But this is not the concept of non-attachment. This is a concept of detachment. Okay? And all these things come also from non-attachment. Okay? You get you some self-reliance. You get a greater enjoyment of life and understanding of impermanence, unconditional love, la. We love it, right? Look at the main thing that you do. Downsize, declutter, practice minimalism. I've been trying to do that for years. Share with gratitude. Look at that. Share with gratitude. This is what I got to learn. Share with gratitude. Forgive and let go. Child boo, that's a whole other thing. Prioritize self-care. That's for me. Share and give away your rights too. Now, this is a tough one. Okay, this is a tough one. Those who fight for their rights are weak, for they do not know their inner strength, their magnanimity. The weaker you are, the more you demand your rights. You need to recognize that no one can take away your rights. They are yours. The courageous will give away their rights. The degree to which you give away your rights indicates your freedom, your strength. The stronger you are, the more you give away your rights. Demanding rights does not really bring you the rights, and giving them away does not really take them away. Poor are those who demand their rights. Richer are those who know their rights cannot be taken away. Riches are those who give away their rights. Clearly, this was written by a man. Okay? At the highest level of privilege, right? Yeah. A man wrote this. Ain't no lady gonna write this. Ain't no woman gonna write this. And in today's society, this is garbage. I'm keeping real with you. In today's society, this is garbage. Because they say the meek shall inherit the earth, right? And they say evil begets evil, and evil thrives when the good do nothing. So how the fuck I'm not supposed to fight for what's right? You got to know when to fight. You got to know how to fight. Not don't fight at all. To me, that's crazy. There's an art to fighting without fighting, right? Bruce Lee said that. In this day and age, those who fight for their rights are not weak at all. We got to fight for our rights. There's too many people out there trying to suppress our rights. Gandhi had to fight for certain people's rights, even though he suppressed another whole bunch of people's rights. Right? It's a whole bunch of things. Sometimes you got to fight for your right to live out here. You live in regular society, you won't have to fight for certain rights. You are a black person in America, there's certain rights you fight for every day, all day, whether you want to or not. And yes, black people are in a weaker position, but that don't mean we weak. Hell no. That don't mean we poor. Hell no. The richest with the highest amount of privilege can easily give away their rights. But go ask a prince or a princess or a queen or a king of some foreign land whether they're going to give away their rights. You crazy. They not. They don't want to. Go ask a dictator. You want to give up your rights? Hell no. I want to keep my rights and hold it in and control everything. Okay? This is renunciate business. Okay? I'm telling you. This is renunciate business. And this is for people who are, at higher levels of privilege, who can do that. Who can do that? I'm going to put it like that. Who can do that? Because like I said, in this day and age, to fight for your rights is not a weak thing. It's a strong thing to stand up for yourself. Because that's a part of self-care nowadays. Right? You ain't got to stand up for every little thing. You ain't got to be a Karen about it. Pick and choose your battles. But, as a woman, you get tired of being treated like second class. You want to fight for girls' rights. You want to fight for the right to be able to have a job and do certain things other than birthing babies and all that other good stuff. All right? And yes, women were in a weaker position, okay? Women were in a poorer position because the man took care of everything back in the day. So now we fighting for our rights and we getting our rights together. That don't make us weak. That don't make us poor. Because a woman, when she becomes a mama, she gives her rights away to her kids. Freely or supposedly free, right? And even some of them take it back. Demand for rights is ignorance and agony. It sure is. Because if I wasn't living in ignorance or agony, I wouldn't have to demand a motherfuck thing. Right? Shit. Knowing no one can take away your rights is freedom. That would be easy if a certain race of people knew that they were human, or they were treated as if they were human on that level to be able to actualize that. Ain't that a bitch? That's a bitch. Okay? Giving away your rights is love and wisdom. Not maybe when you get to his age, but not right away. I will enjoy my practice though. I will do more of that. I will do more of enjoying my practice, baby. This is what I mean. Everything ain't for everybody. Okay? Some things don't fit now, even though it made sense back then. So I have to take this truth and I have to disseminate through it. I have to get my discernment on, my discriminative discernment on, even with these truths. And as I go through these truths to see what's good and what ain't good for me, I got to put some things away. That is the process of human thought, whether I like it or not. I'd like to take in all these lessons here about Aparigraha. I can't take them all because I live in a day and age that's different from them. Okay? I'm not living in India back in them days. I'm not. But I can still take the essence of what it was. I still can take certain things and mix it with my misperception or my misinterpretation or my perfect perception and interpretation and my discriminative discernment in this day and time. And then, put to the side what don't serve me. Right? Because that's what we do with everything. Whether it's the Bible, whether it's a box of chocolate. Shoot, I got this tin of cookies. All right, in the Christmas time, you get the tin of cookies, the butter cookies, child. I got the butter cookies, okay? And I shouldn't even be eating these damn butter cookies, okay? Because some of it ain't the best for me, right? I gotta be more aware of what I eat and shit. But what's even worse is, it's like 5 different type of butter cookies in here. I ain't eating 3 of them. It's 3 of them I ain't eating. I ain't eating none of that. That shit is filled up. And the rest of them, I'm chewing. Okay? I'm even picking what I like amongst butter cookies. Yes, I should be very grateful that I got butter cookies in the first place. Because somebody say, "You want some butter cookies?" And I was like, "What that for? This is a gift for us to you." The store and shit. I was like, "Well, that's nice. Thank you so much." Right? They didn't have no obligation or nothing to give me shit, even if I bought the motherfucker. If I bought food or whatever. They saw me come in the store all the time. So they're like, hey, you want some butter cookie? Okay. And a calendar? Okay. But even then, I could be like, I'm not eating all the cookies in here. Okay, I'll just eat the cookies I like. I ain't got to eat all the cookies. Okay, and that's okay. And it's okay. This yoga right here is not going to be mad because I said I'm keeping these and I'm letting that go. That's what I like about yoga. All right? That's what I like about it. The yoga say, hey, you want to let that go? You let that go. I'm still be me, and I'll still holler at you later. All right? Now let's get to the Wikipedia version, because I think the Wikipedia version is the best, child. I really do. Would you think this is a joke? Look at what they got here on non-possession of Aparigraha. It's a whole lot. Let me make it bigger a little bit. Boom. Okay. Aparigraha is the opposite of Parigraha. It means keeping the desire for possessions to what is necessary or important, which depends on one life stage and context. Oh my God, that's the best way to put it. The precept of Aparigraha is self-restraint from the type of greed and avarice where one's own material gain or happiness comes by hurting, killing, or destroying other human beings, life forms, or nature, which is himsa, okay? Which is why we practice ahimsa, non-violence, all right? You want to restrain, you want to have this self-restraint. Restrain, not control, restrain, okay? Aparigraha is related to and in part a motivator of dana, proper charity, both from the giver's and the receiver's perspective. I love that. Okay? I love that. Non-possession is by definition concerned with defining the concept of possession. Okay? And look up here. Aparigraha is the virtue of non-possessiveness, non-grasping, or non-greediness. That's what I like, B. Okay? I like that, B. Okay? This concept also has been translated as abstaining from accepting gifts. Not exactly. Not expecting, asking, or accepting inappropriate gifts from any person. Good, even better to state than this. Not applying for gifts which are not to be accepted. It's like you don't take a bribe. You know what I'm saying? You don't take a bribe. The best way to describe a parigraha in this case, don't take a freaking bribe, yo. Don't do bribery. Don't take it, don't do it. Okay? That's it right there. Okay? Let's get to the Hinduism part, not the Jainism part, because you get confused by that. Okay? So, here we go. Let's move this to right here. Right? I'm going to read something to you. Don't worry, I'm going to read something to you. James Wood, he's a guy, states that aparigraha is the virtue of abstaining from appropriating objects because one understands the disadvantages in acquiring them, keeping them, losing them, being attached to them, or in harming them. Okay? Parigraha means coveting and hoarding. All right? And don't we have a freaking commandment for that? Huh? Don't we got a commandment for that? Thou shalt not covet somebody else's shit. Hey now, we got a commandment for this. The fuck out of here. All right? She. Child. coupled with asteya, which is stealing, aparigraha, coveting and hoarding, can lead an individual to lie, cheat, steal, or even murder for the desired item, regardless of the outcome of their actions. This is why it's not a great thing. And now reading this again, right? I see why they put non-attachment to this. Okay? I see why they put non-attachment to it. Because remember, I told y'all earlier, there are two forms of non-attachment, right? Two forms. Two forms. So in this case, when you restrain yourself fully, well, not to even have, the desire to be greedy or anything like that, or to hoard or nothing like that, you can achieve non-attachment. You can achieve Vairagya, but it's not Vairagya. All right? It's not. It's not that. Okay? And then we don't need to go no further with this one, because that's all I gave it in about. Hey, young MIA. That's all I gave a hoo-ha about. Shoot. We're going to go to another one. Trust me. We're going to go to another one. This one right here, I'm not sure if I need to show you. This was actually more for me, because it shows you certain yoga poses to do, mantra and a mudra to do, right? So that ain't for you just yet. You ain't got to do none of that. Let's go to the next one. This one's cute. Got a nice little black lady on it. Let me go through this real quick, because, I don't want to repeat certain things. Don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Okay? It don't make no sense to me. Who heck, disagree. And we can agree to disagree. To practice Aparigraha, we need to genuinely distinguish our needs from our desires. Yeah, you need to have some discriminative discernment. Okay? This shit is tough. All right? So, me feeling like, oh, I missed it. I missed the non-stealing and no, I ain't missed no non-stealing, because non-stealing and non-greed is hand in hand. These brother and sister right here. Okay? Now, here's what I really want to do. I want to get into the meaning of Vairagya. All right? Because we already dealt with Aparigraha. All right? So I want to go into the real non-attachment, okay? And for that, we're gonna get to we're gonna get back to the Yoga Sutras. Sutra, book 1, Sutra 12. Okay, that's where we're going. We're going right back over there. All right. These mental modifications are restrained by practice and non-attachment, child. Abhyasa, they put it here as persist. Let me bring this up for y'all real quick, so y'all can see, what I'm saying, where I'm coming from and what I'm talking about. Okay, I think this is it. Yep. Here we are. Now, I'm gonna make this bigger for those of you, whether you can see or not. I'm just gonna make it bigger. All right. Now, here it says Abhyasa is persistent effort. Persistent effort means practice, y'all. That's what it means. Practice. Okay? Don't worry about what the mental modifications are just yet. But the mental modifications are restrained by practice and non-attachment. Vairagya. Okay? So practice and non-attachment. What the hell are you practicing? What does practice mean? That's sutra number 13. When we get to 15, then we get the what non-attachment is, right? And I already mentioned that. But the version of Vairagya here, non-attachment to the result, is only twofold. Okay? All right? It's not just non-attachment to the result. It's non-attachment to the emotions that bind you to anything that isn't freedom. Okay? So it's not only not attaching yourself to the result, it's not attaching yourself to the cause or the effect. Okay? Which leads to a result. Let's go into this further. Okay? When practiced together, they can serve as a spiritual and practical roadmap. The basic gist: if you can be resolute in your efforts and in measure, not be fixated on the outcome of those efforts, your consciousness will become less hectic and your vrittis, the mental modifications or habitual thought patterns, will still or settle. Sounds good. Don't it sound good? Huh? Sounds real good. But according to this commentary right here and this interpretation of the gist, right? Especially if you go to Sutra, Book 1, Sutra 15, which explains what Vairagya actually is and what it looks like. It's not going to always be not to be fixated on the outcome of those efforts, okay? Because you don't even want to have a craving for the shit, okay? You don't even want to have a craving for the initial shit. That's really what it is. Free from craving for objects seen or heard. That might be the destination or the goal. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It might be both at the same time. The emotional environment behind your intention. You may have to have non-attachment towards that. Okay? It's a whole bunch. Okay? It's a whole bunch. Let's give my former alcoholism as an example. Okay? Excuse me. There are many reasons to consider why I became an alcoholic. The main reason was because my father was an alcoholic and my grandfather was an alcoholic. So it was in my DNA, right? Even though this alcoholism was embedded in my DNA, I still chose to drink to take the pain away or to be more social or to mask what I was really going through, things like this, right? Whatever the reasons were. I still call myself a recovering alcoholic because I can drink at any time. Even if I have restraint over the alcohol, right? I cannot drink for months, maybe even a year. But that don't mean I'm not going to drink at all. I might take a drink of something. I might have enough restraint to say, hey, I'm only going to have 2 drinks and that's it. Right? So what am I having a non-attachment towards? Non-attachment, the Vairagya, is on many levels. Hell yeah, I had to detach myself from alcohol because I was doing it too much. Too much of anything makes you an addict. So I had to detach from alcohol, right? I had to detach from it, no doubt. But the non-attachment, the Vairagya, that I had to work on, what I had to not be fixated on, right? What I had to not attach myself to was the emotional element of me having alcoholism in my DNA. Okay? I had to know that, come to that understanding, and then have non-attachment toward that. Because I can't blame my father for what I decided to do, right? Even though he passed on the magic of alcoholism to me, I can't fully blame him because I still made the choice to put it to my mouth. Okay? So I have to carry non-attachment with that emotion right there. Okay? The feeling of acting this way or acting that way and da-da-da. There's a libido, your inhibitions are lowered. So it's almost like you don't even care what the outcome is until after the fact when you ain't drinking no more, right? I'm not going to fixate myself on the outcome of these efforts because when I was alcoholic, what was the outcome of my efforts of what the fuck I'm doing? Did I give a fuck about the outcome? I didn't. When I had stopped drinking and when I was going through, becoming in recovery, then I had to worry about the outcome of those efforts because the outcomes didn't only have to do with me, they had to do with other folk. And once I got awareness of that, then I was able to have non-attachment, but not detach myself from this is what I did and this is, I didn't do this and da 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 da. No, that's not holding. That's when you detach like that, you're not holding yourself accountable. No, I had to hold myself accountable, but I had to let go of, okay, even though I'm at an understanding that, what I did hurt you and hurt me, I have to let go of you need to forgive me. You need to be my friend again. I had to let that go. That was the non-attachment that I had to practice. Okay, I had to understand that if I hurt this person deeply and they can't forgive me, I got to accept that. I got to I can't be attached to the outcome that I want because I got to deal with my outcome for me. They dealing with their outcome the best way they know how. So I can't hold on to that. I got to let that go. I would love for them to hug me and be like, yo, I'm going to be your friend to the end. But if they don't do that and they look at me and say, I don't care and I never want to speak to you again because of what you did, even if you change, I have to respect that too. That is the part of non-attachment I have to deal with. I have to non-attach myself to the guilt and the shame that I knew I was going to have once I was sober. You understand what I'm trying to say? I had to be non-attached to that, not detach. Okay? Not detach. There's no such thing as a complete detachment when you try to get away from certain things, when you're trying to be in recovery from certain things. You can't fully detach. No. Because if you fully attach, if you fully detach, you jump in your dumb ass right back in the river of denial, and you're going to end up drinking again. Because you drank to detach. That's the reason why you drank in the first place, to detach, okay? To not attach yourself to certain things, to be a different person so that you could detach from being who the fuck you didn't like or whatever the hell it was, okay? So that you wanted to detach from this person knowing that when you was on alcohol, you was super motherfucker and people supposedly liked your ass until they didn't no more. So you have to release the attachment of the emotional connection, the trauma bond, okay? I can't detach myself from something that already happened because I was a part of it. Clearly. But I don't have to be bound by you reminding me of that shit every day either. I can really free myself to be a better person because of non-attachment. Okay? Because if I truly believe that I healed myself or I'm getting myself better, I don't have to attach myself to you believing that I ain't gonna get no better. Okay? I don't have to attach to that. That's baggage. I don't need that. we could practice non-attachment from that. Okay? So it's many-fold, yo. It's not just so cut and dry and clean and no. It never is. It never is. And this is what yoga do. All right? Yoga's talking about your mind, your this, your that. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about all this shit. It's talking about the human shit. It's talking about the human shit that you do and how you can make yourself be better from a human point of view. So many people want to humanize God that you ain't even humanizing your motherfucking self. Humanize yourself. And then you're going to understand the concept of God better. Okay? Instead of just humanizing God all day. Because in humanizing God, you're being selfish. You're being greedy. You're using that to justify your bullshit with God. Okay? And for me, it's just easier for me to recognize that God gives a fuck about certain things, yes, but God don't give a fuck about most of it. He don't. He can't. Because that would be attachment like a motherfucker. That wouldn't be supreme non-attachment. Okay? And if I got if I got to emulate the Most High in any way, I'm going to emulate the Most High with some non-attachment out this motherfucker. I could love you, but I'm going to love you from far away. Most High so far away, he can't talk to you. He can't, none of that shit. Even Jesus can't call you on the goddamn phone. The only way you can connect the Most High is through prayers. And even with the prayers, you got to hope and believe that he listening. Okay? Come on now. Let's not do it. If we're going to humanize God, you're never going to make God look good. God will never look good if you try to humanize God. Because you as a human have no idea of what 100% truly looks like. Even your view of perfection is skewed in a motherfucker. So how you going to know what the fuck it is? How you going to know what to look for? How you know? You looking at God from a place, oh, well, this is what perfection looks like for me. So I'm putting God here. You're humanizing God. God ain't no human. God made your ass. That don't mean God was your ass. The fuck? God made your ass. That don't mean God was your ass. Okay? Okay. Let's get that together. All right? Shoot. Now, let me get out this screen. The fuck? That was nice. Now, let's go and look at, I'm looking at this other article. Okay. Oh, this is a long one. Attach. Oh, I like this. Boop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo. I'm going to bring this one up. We're going to talk quickly about this one too. What time is it? It's 6:30. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here soon, of course. Soon will be another 30 minutes. Because, like I said, this is more for me than it is for you guys. Trust me. Okay? Because I have to understand certain things in order for it to be the winner for me. Now, we're going to go right here. Okay, let me see if y'all can see that. Yes, you can see it. This is awesome sauce. I like what this says here. You see where it says Vairagya, non-attachment, dispassion? Dispassion. I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to read one sentence twice. Okay? Vairagya could either mean non-attachment or detachment. I just told y'all I don't agree. It ain't the same shit, but listen to this sentence. It is detachment when we are already attached to something and we want to get rid of that attachment. On the other hand, it is non-attachment when we want to avoid getting attached to any new sense objects. I'm going to repeat that because even if I don't agree in the beginning, I like that. Okay? Vairagya could either mean non-attachment or detachment. It is detachment when we are already attached to something. we want to get rid of that attachment. On the other hand, it is non-attachment when we want to avoid getting attached to any new sense objects. I like that. For example, I may be addicted to checking my phone for any email or WhatsApp messages every few minutes. Realizing that this habit wastes a lot of my time, I may decide to do something about this habit. Trying to get rid of this attachment would be termed detachment. Does Vairagya mean we don't enjoy anything in life? No, doesn't mean that at all. We want to enjoy all aspects of life, but we don't want to get attached. We enjoy our cup of coffee or a piece of cake. However, we don't want to get attached to them. When I am attached to my cup of coffee, which I must have at 7 a.m., then if I don't get that coffee, I might develop a headache or some other syndrome. We should avoid this kind of detachment. So in that sense, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at how they're looking at detachment in that sense. Okay? So I'll even take it a step further. I need a Aparigraha, detachment, in order to reach Vairagya, non-attachment. Okay? And I already explained the higher and lower versions of Vairagya. Okay? So the lower version of Vairagya is a process of detachment. Okay? I see it, I want it, but I know I can't have it, so I say no. Right? Detachment. The higher version of Vairagya, non-attachment, where I don't even want to think, I don't even think about the shit. The shit don't even penetrate me. You know? That's non-attachment. So in the reference of me and my alcoholism, I'll tell you what's a version of non-attachment. Right? It's one thing, I'm detaching if I don't want to drink no more. Right? I see that bottle of alcohol, head is like, girl, you want a sip of white Henny? No, I don't want no sip of white Henny, thank you. I don't. I'm okay. But it look good though. Smell nice. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't want that. We can say that's detachment, sure. Right? We can say that because I'm trying to detach myself from this alcohol here, even though I'm still, a part of me is like, yeah, my ego, right? My ego is like, you can take a sip, bitch. But a part of me is like, no, don't do that. That's not good, right? Non-attachment when it comes to the alcohol is when I could walk in a party, right? No, I'm going to even give you a better example, but I'll give you the alcohol example, then I'll give you an even better example. When I could walk into a party, right? And there's alcohol everywhere, and I don't even look at none of it, and I go straight for the water. Nobody asks me if I want an alcoholic beverage. Nobody has to ask me none of that because they know I'm just gonna go straight for the water. And they can drink and they can do whatever they do, whatever they want to do. I'm not gonna judge them. I'm not gonna feel no way about them. But miraculously enough, I can sit here and do whatever. Right? That'll be non-attachment. But I'm gonna give you an even better example of non-attachment. Okay? When I start the master cleanse, all I'm doing is drinking this lemonade tea for how many days I want, right? And when I'm around people the first couple of days, it's like, yo, I can't even eat next to them. I can't do nothing next to them. When I drink this lemonade tea and I'm in the third or fourth day of detox, I can smell fucking curry chicken 3 blocks away. I can smell beef stroganoff 5 blocks away. I don't even eat beef stroganoff, bitch. I can smell fucking lobster up the road. I can smell all kinds of goddamn food, bitch. I can smell a hot dog. Okay? I can smell a hot dog 5 miles away when I'm on that master cleanse. You feel me? On day 3 and 4, I can smell all the food, even the food that I don't want to eat. I can smell it all. And I'll be like, oh, hell no, I can't do that. But I'm smelling it like I'm fucking McGruff, right? I can smell the whole goddamn world, everything with food, I can smell that bitch. But then by day 7, right? By day 7, day 8, whatever day it is, that I'm still chilling. I could go in the restaurant. My friends will be like, yo, Shri, we having a birthday party for such and such, and we want you to come, but we know you on that master cleanse shit. No, I'm good. I'm good. Come on, let's go. And I got my jammy. You know, I got my little bottle and shit, my 1 liter bottle of my lemonade tea. And everybody's sitting there, you know, with the best looking food, with the best tasting food, eating it, they mouth salivating, everything. And I'm just chilling with my shit. You good, Shri? Hell yeah, I'm good in the motherfucker, man. I don't feel no jealousy. I don't feel no way. I'm not attracted to the food. I'm not attracted to the smell. I'm not noticing the smell. It don't matter. That don't matter. That's non-attachment right there. Okay? I'm not attached to the emotional feeling. I'm not attached to the physical feeling. I'm not attached to the withdrawal symptoms. None of that. I got what I got. I'm good. I'm very satisfied with this. Girl, don't this ice cream look good? It looks fantastic. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to drink this right here because that's my thing. Okay? I'm good on that. Right? It was one time I went to a function. It was at a restaurant, and I had my little bottle of my tea, and I ran out. Yo, people was more worried than I was. They was like, oh my God, Shri, what we gonna do? Because, bitch, you ain't got your shit. It's like, bitch, you ain't got your shit. We worried. What you gonna do? Bitch, I'm gonna drink water. What the fuck? I'm drinking water. I didn't get upset. I didn't get antsy. I didn't, oh my God. Ah! I didn't do none of that. It's like, bitch, I got water, bitch. All this good, I got water. Heads is like, oh my God, you don't want to drink no water? Okay, cool. Hey, waiter, waitress, can you give me some peppermint tea, please? Sure. Would you like sugar in it? No, I take it nasty. I'll take it nasty. No sugar. Okay? And I am content and I'm good. That's non-attachment. When you get to that level where none of it affects you at all, you don't even have the craving at all. There's no craving whatsoever. That's non-attachment. No desire whatsoever. Does that mean you can't have no desires at all? No. You can have some desires. It's okay. All right? Why y'all think I talk about poom and peen on my other page all the time? You got to have some desires in your life. You're human. You're going to have desires. You're going to want to attach to things. You like to be pleasured and you like to be pleasurable. All right? Just don't take it too far. Okay? Too much of anything makes you an addict. So if you want to replace, if you can't follow the word attachment, follow the word addicted. Non-addicted. Don't be addicted. Okay? Don't be addicted to no, don't be addicted at all. Okay, don't be addicted at all. I'm definitely going to leave it here. You know, there's other things about Vairagya to discuss that would take another 5 hours, and I really don't have energy for or time for. It's just real important for me and maybe you guys to understand why I come from the places where I come from, especially when it comes to neutrality or different things like that. It's very helpful to me with my daily practice to go over this and do these things. This is how I generate enough prana within myself so that I can share my gifts with you freely without hoarding. This is how we all come into processes of thought, deduction, conclusion, action, reaction, ideas, all of that. It's all about a process of the mind, which is separated, according to the Yoga Sutras, the mind is made up of the buddhi, right, which is the intellect, manas, which is the senses, and I was just about to say aparigraha, and that is not the term for the ego, child. That is not the term for the ego, y'all. The term for the ego does start with A, but it surely is not aparigraha. Trust me. All right, let me get to that word right now. Because, child, boo, I'm not going to lead y'all to the foolishness no more. I'll be like, what that word is again, child? Ahamkara. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, young MIA. Ahamkara. Chittam is the sum total of the mind, okay? There are different levels of chittam, okay? There is the ahamkara, which is the ego or the I feeling. This gives rise to the intellect or discriminative faculty, which is called the buddhi. Another stage is called manas, the desiring part of the mind, which gets attracted to outside things through the senses. So yeah, the Apocrypha, right? So it makes you wonder, if I'm supposed to have non-attachment, why did you create my senses, which were made to attach to shit? Oh my God. Do we blame God for this? Do we blame the Most High for this? Like, for real, Most High. Most High. What's going on? You want me to practice non-attachment. You want me to practice detachment. You want me to have all of these things, but you give me all the tools for attachment. Why do I have my senses if you don't want me to be attached or attracted to nothing? Huh? Do I blame Most High for that? Nope. You know what I do? I say Most High got the best cosmic jokes ever, B. Ever. I forgot to tell me that. Because she was like, well, why God do this and why God do that? Don't you know God like cosmic jokes? God likes to joke more than anybody. Okay? If we gonna humanize God, let's humanize God like that. He is the biggest prankster ever. He loved jokes and he loved to laugh. So it's a whole bunch of things he did with us to make us fucking be like, what the fuck? And he laughing, or she laughing, or it's laughing. Okay? It's laughing. Laughing its ass off. I guarantee you, I have meditated on this question before. There's many things that I have meditated on, right? And one of them questions was, well, Most High, if you want us to detach or have non-attachment and all this other shit, why did you give us these senses which were created to be attracted to or attached to things? But did you realize that he gave you the buddhi, which should give you enough powers to detach from things? Huh? Did you think about it like that? Did you think about it like that? Hey, Most High, why you give me these senses that are created to attach to outside things, which leads to desire? Why you did that if you don't want me to attach? Bitch, that's why I gave you the buddhi, the intellect, so that you have enough discernment to say, I can't attach to this, I should not attach to that. I can attach about 5% to this, I can attach to about 50% to that, and I should never attach 100% to none of this shit over here. Okay? Bitch, I gave you the thing to help you counteract the fucking senses in the same mind. So then what the hell you gave me this ego for? Because I like cosmic jokes, bitch, and this is the way that you get your free will, ho. You got an ego. That's where your free will is at. You want to know where your free will was? It's right here in the ego, bitch. Come on now. I got you covered, ho. You just don't like it. You just can't comprehend the motherfucker. Okay? Yeah, it's the first time you heard it in that manner. And that's what I like to do. Hit people with shit in a different manner that you ain't never heard before. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to agree. You ain't got to follow nothing. I don't need none of that from you. Okay? I don't need none of that from you. You're already listening, so fuck it. And I ain't have to force you to do that neither. So let's end this with these sheds of wisdom right here. Hey, Most High, why you gave me the senses if you don't want me to attach to nothing and you want me to practice non-attachment all fucking day? Because I also gave you discriminative discernment and intellect to be able to piece out that motherfucker. Okay? So what the fuck do I got the ego for? Because that's the free will that I promised you. All this shit is an illusion, Most High. You damn right. You figured it out now? Now you figured it out. Oh, you figured it out now. Oh, now you figuring it out. Now you're growing the fuck up. Now you're growing up. Okay? Now you're growing up. Can we have a conversation now? This is what Most High tell me. Can we have a conversation now, bitch? How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? I think I had to stop when I found out that the sun, when I look at the sun, I'm 8 minutes and 23 seconds behind, homie. I think that's where I had to stop. I was like, you know what? We just, child. Can you put the veil back on for a couple minutes, Most High? Can you put the veil back on? Girl, you need to make up your mind. You want the veil or you want the veil removed? Huh? I can't do this half veil shit no more. I'm tired. Okay? If you want the half veil, you got to hold the half veil up your motherfucking self. I gave you all the tools to get rid of the goddamn veil. And now you got rid of the shit. Now you want me to put it back up again? You chose to get rid of it. Now you want to put it back up? Bitch, hold it yourself. Go find tape. Okay? Go find you some tape, some glue, some spit, something. You resourceful. You a motherfucker human. I gave you all the tools that you need to get through, bitch. Get through it. Grow the fuck up, Hope. I don't need to be changing your diaper all day. Okay? Changing my diaper. I'm 48 years old. I don't give a fuck. I'm still changing your diaper, bitch. Because you acting like a child right now. You supposed to be a teenager right now, and you talking to me like a fucking kid. Don't you know the answer to this bullshit already? But still, that don't mean I understand it, no, but you just exercising your ego for free will to do what the fuck you do. Okay? You go ahead. You go ahead now. But Most High, listen, just because you understand it, don't mean I need to accept it, and don't mean I need to deal with it, okay? I got free will too, bitch. I'm going over here to go make a black hole, okay? You figure all this other shit out yourself, and then you come back to me. Don't worry. You know how to reach me. Or meditate or pray or some shit, okay? Or wait for a fucking rock to fall on your head. Something. Wait for it, ho. Okay, wait for it, bitch. I know you're going to wait too. Don't sit here. I heard you, ho. I didn't say nothing out loud, Most High. Bitch, I'm omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. I done heard your ass already. I done knew you was going to say it 8 minutes and 23 seconds ago. I knew what the hell you was going to say, bitch. So, come on now. Come on now. We got to do. Come on. Who you talking to? You're not talking to no human being. You're not talking to no human being. Come on now. Why you think that when I talk to you, your head gonna explode and your heart gonna pop out your fucking chest at the same time? Huh? The fuck you mean? I'm 100% for a reason. And that's why your ass is only 10. I still love your 10% ass, though. Don't come on. This is unconditional here. Come over here with your dumb 10% ass. Give me a hug. Okay? Give me a hug. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna go make some more black holes and some more galaxies and shit. And I want them to collide. I got better things to do. I got to watch galaxies collide, girl. What you mean, Most High? What you mean you gotta watch galaxy collide? My galaxy is about to collide with the Andromeda galaxy. Exactly. And you ain't gonna be here by the time it happens because it's gonna take 1 billion of your years. But bitch, I got 30 minutes. Okay? And it's annoying to be slowed down with you. All right? I don't want to be 8 minutes and 23 seconds behind, bitch. I want to be 8 minutes and 23 seconds ahead. So you go do what you do, and I'm going to enjoy my show. Okay? And I holler. I'll be like, all right, Most High, bye. Can you send Jesus here to listen to me a little bit more? Maybe you can send Jesus over here to come listen to me. That's if he want to. He tired of y'all too. God damn. And he busy. There's a whole motherfuckers be calling his ass and all kinds of shit. He getting tired. He don't like this God business. He got to evolve too. Well, cheese on bread. How I know? Listen, when you need it, we there. Okay? When you need it, we are there. And we gonna know when you need it before you do, dummy. Okay. 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 Hey, you never know. You never know. Everybody has their own perception and interpretation of things, and them things could be the devil too. Anything can be the devil, even the Most High, if you want him to be. Because didn't he make the devil? Huh? Where'd it come from? You know, the Holy Spirit. You know, I remember a long time ago when I first started doing yoga, and there were people, you know, we were having what's called a satsang, and they spoke about religion and yoga and all of that. And somebody mentioned the Holy Spirit. And the Swami that had to talk, he was like, hey, the Holy Spirit is just like the prana that connects us all. And he went on to explain how prana is in all of us and the Holy Spirit is in all of us and connects us all and connects us to the Most High, the universe, whoever created the prana, and na. And it sounded real good. It sounded wonderful, right? It sounded so nice. It made so much sense to me. I was like, well, this is beautiful ass shit. You know, that lady looked at him and said, you going straight to hell? That lady said, you going straight to hell. And he looked at her and he said, who said I'm not in hell right now? On this earth. Heaven and hell is what you make it at the end of the day. And that's where your ego can come in, and that's where your ego can go to sleep. Okay? It is what it is. Thank you for listening. Thank you for dealing with me. Thank you for, listening to my process, my journey. Thank you for supporting me. Whether you agree or not, just being here is supportive. Like, so that I can get back to who I am. Once again, in order for you to be selfless, sometimes you have to be selfish. Not just sometimes, all the motherfucking time. Okay? Because you need one to get to the other. Ain't this a conundrum? All this duality and this, that, and this. Most High made that too. It's either you're going to be mad all day or you just going to laugh like he do. All right? Anywho, I'm out, y'all. Peace. Come on. Peace. I was talking to my mouse.